Hello, I'm Deanna Herron, host of the Deanna Herron Podcast Show. Have you ever wanted to do something bold, like start a business, write a book, or go for your dream job? This show was created for women just like you who want to be bold, shine bright with grace. My goal is to educate you, inspire you, and empower you with ideas that can transform your life. Be inspired by the Deanna Herron Podcast Show at deannaherron.net. Hello, and welcome to the Deanna Herron Podcast Show. This is Deanna Herron, your host. I'm excited to be with you this Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have been following this podcast for the last, 6 weeks, I've been doing a series on Rise Up, just teaching you how to rise up into your greatest self. So far, we have gone through several different topics. I've discussed being discouraged. I've discussed talking about you are a masterpiece, being authentically you. You have the answers, so trust yourself. Common distractions. We all get distracted. Today, I want to talk to you about you are a difference in this world. So let's get started on today's podcast. If you want to go back and listen to the Rise Up series, feel free to do that. You are not behind. Each one of them is uniquely them, and they're designed to help you become the greatest version of yourself. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you for being a part of this amazing community. Deanna's Diamonds has absolutely blown up the last few weeks. We've had a lot of new people join us. Love to have you join us as well. So you can go to deannaherron.net and just click on the Facebook icon, and I'm happy to add you. I do multiple little series in that group where I go live. I speak to you guys individually. It's a powerful group of women who love and encourage each other. You guys, in today's time, we need community, right? Thank goodness most places are opening up so we can have that community together. But it's always super helpful to have sisters around the world that can love and encourage you as well. So let's get started. You are a difference in this world. So I'm going to be real and vulnerable, if you'll give me permission to do that today. And this was something that actually happened to me just a few days ago. And it's a reminder for myself that I'm a difference in this world, but I want to remind you that you are a difference in this world. So what has happened in the last couple of weeks is, as we have this journey, for me, when I go through a journey of transition, or I go through a journey where I'm growing in a crazy way, growing my personal growth and development, I'm learning new things, there will always be something that will try and stand in your way. You guys, when you are created for greatness, there will always be something that will try and keep you from that greatest version of yourself. For me, it's the enemy. I'm not sure what that is for you, but I'm telling you, there is something that will try and stop you. And the way that thing, that enemy in this world will try and stop you is making you discouraged. It will give you self-doubt. There will be people who are put in your life to fill you with lies. And that is exactly what has happened to me. And with this book process, it has been a process, and I cannot wait to share with you the entire process of the book, because not only has it been life-changing for me, so encouraging. I have felt like I literally have had surgery and everything has been put back in place, but just such an amazing journey of faith and growth. But I will tell you that there have been people who have tried to stand in my way. People tell me that I shouldn't write it, that I can't write it, that it won't be good, whatever those circumstances are. And I start to doubt myself. And so I want you to know, from my heart to yours, I have had a great amount of success in my life, a huge amount of success, not just financially, but I've grown a lot personally. I lead an amazing team, but there are still days when self-doubt comes in. There are still people who will try and stand in your way. There will still be people who will criticize. There will still be people who try and tell you that you're not enough. And I want to bring you back, like I brought myself back to you are a difference maker in this world. And here's what I learned from this particular circumstance. And it was just a cute little story that I'm going to share with you in a little bit, where I realized actually what I was doing. I was starting to look at the overall picture and thinking, I'm so busy. I'm not making a difference in this world. I'm not making a difference. I'm just doing my crazy busy life, getting up, writing a book, doing all the things, podcasts, doing team things, doing friend things, doing wife things, doing mom things, so crazy busy that I felt like that was all that was happening in my life and I wasn't making a difference. Can you identify with that? And so I want to start off and tell you that your difference, the difference that you are going to make, it starts today. It starts today. You're a difference maker daily. So sometimes we overthink it. We're looking for that big thing out there in the future. And I want to change your perspective, because what we need to do is we need to focus on today, the difference that we can make today. So I want to ask you the same question that I asked myself: is have you lost sight of why you are here? And what I mean by that is, are you looking for the big reason and we miss the daily impact? We miss the daily impact. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. I had this amazing experience, and I'm going to be really careful how I share this story. But I had this amazing experience with a young woman that was just happened to be around that particular day in my life. I had an appointment with her, and you guys, the things that I was allowed to share with her that day not only changed me, but it changed her. And it was just a little something that I was able to share through my own personal experience. And I left that appointment knowing I'm a difference maker on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Stop looking for the bigger thing. Stop looking for the bigger thing. Focus on what you can do in the lives of other people today. So sometimes we look so much for that big reason, that big impact, and we forget that we just have to impact people on a daily basis. So a couple of things that I want you to write down if you are not driving. If you are driving, come back and you can write these down later. But I want you not to forget. These are 5 things. Number 1 is your difference happens in what you do today. That is your difference. There will be people that you encounter on a daily basis. Every single person that you encounter, I want you to know it is a divine appointment. And your job is to figure out why God put the two of you together. Okay. It's a divine appointment. It could be a cashier at Walmart, and you can say, how was your day today? And that cashier will say to you, no one has asked me that question in 2 weeks. Thank you for asking. You just never know, you guys. Every single appointment is a divine appointment. In my business, I'm in front of people on a consistent basis. And you know what? That fuels me. I enjoy that so much because I enjoy trying to figure out why that person was there in my life at that particular time. I truly believe we can learn something from every single person. Not only can we learn from them, but they can learn from us as well. And so your difference is in what you do today. Every single meeting is divine. I want you to remember that. Number 2, your specialty is making people feel special. That's your specialty. So get to know someone. Get to know someone. I saw this, I think it was a YouTube. It may have been a Reels. I don't know. It was something like that that I was watching. And it was the best Reels. And I watched it over and over and over again because I thought, if everybody that ran into us with the excitement that this woman has every single time her husband walks through the door, this world would be so full of joy. So in this particular reels, a child was videoing their mom, and the husband was walking in the door, and she is clapping with excitement, smiling, just squealing like a little kid because she was so excited for her husband to be home. Can we do that for other people? When you have a friend that walks in the room, and maybe it's your husband, maybe even if you're not super excited, what if you act like you're super excited? My dogs do that. Like, they're so excited when I walk in the door. They make me feel like I am the most important person in the world. You guys, can we do that for people? That's your specialty. Specialize in making people feel special. Number two, I want you to know that you are not like anyone else. You're not like anyone else. So I encourage you to shine. Here's the story that I'm going to share with you that completely changed my perspective of who I am. And it sounds so silly, but I was on my way to an appointment and I pulled out of my driveway, and in my yard, we have this little flower bed. And this flower bed is something that we planted when we first moved here, so maybe 3 years ago. And it has lilies that have grown. And if you've ever seen a lily, they're gorgeous. They're green, very green stem, and then beautiful white flowers. And ours happened to be white. And one particular year, we had one of those lilies that didn't make it. So we went to Lowe's to find another white lily. And there was a lily that was labeled that it was white. So we came home, we planted it in the spot where the old one had not made it. And we planted that lily. And lo and behold, that lily came up bright yellow. I mean, bright yellow. And so it's almost like, if you look at it, if you're looking at it through the set of eyes that I was looking at it through 2 weeks ago, I was looking at it like it was like a sore thumb. Like, oh my gosh, this yellow plant, like, it does not belong. It doesn't belong with all the white flowers. I need to transplant this yellow flower. And believe it or not, I went to buy another white lily so that they would all match, so that they would all look alike, right? I actually went and bought one. And I came home and I was going to plant it. And as I was walking towards that flower bed, I thought, I need to change my perspective. And I want you to change your perspective. That yellow lily is not a sore thumb. That yellow lily is me. That's me. I am the one that stands out. You need to be the one that stands out. Don't be like all the other lilies that are out there. You guys, you are created to shine your light so bright. So stop looking at all of the white lilies and be the yellow one that doesn't care about any other color. They're not looking at the white lilies. That is the most beautiful yellow lily I've ever seen. And in fact, it's actually a little bit taller than the other ones. You guys, change your perspective. Just because you're different and you're unique and you're called to something more, that doesn't mean you are a sore thumb. That means that you are created to be authentically you. And do you know what I did? I planted that other white lily in another pot. I'm keeping the yellow lily as a reminder for me, Deanna, you are created to stand out. You are created to stand out. You are authentically you. And I'm speaking to you as well. You're created to shine. Change your perspective. Stop looking around at everyone else, comparing yourself to what everybody else is doing, and you do you. You be authentically you. You specialize in treating other people special, making other people feel special. Number three, part of you are a difference maker, you guys, is you're a difference maker. And I want that to sit for just a second because I know you're going, no, no, I don't, Deanna. No, I don't. Yes, you're a difference maker. Deep down, you know it. That's why you're listening to this podcast. That's why you are building a business. That is why you are reading books. That is why you are going to conferences. Deep down, you're a difference maker. And you just have to dig deep and remember that over and over and over. Are there going to be times when you're discouraged? Yes. Yes. Are there going to be times when people criticize you and they get under your skin? Yes. But the truth is, it's not true. Those things are not true. So deep down, and you believe in your greatness. That child inside you knows. And so you have to identify with that little girl or guy within you that knows you're created for more. That's why you're listening. That's why you're doing all the things that you're doing to make yourself better and grow yourself. Number 4, this is a big one. The people who told you you're not enough, that you're a black sheep, that you have been forgotten, that you don't know anything about what you're doing, whatever. So those people, I want you to know they're wrong. They're wrong. And those people who criticized you, told you weren't enough, told you that you're not worthy, told you that you're not beautiful enough or this enough or whatever. The reason why they're telling you that, it's based on their own fear, because people who love don't say those things to other people. So it's based on their own fear. So don't take it in as yours. I'm going to be the first to admit I did allow some of that to get into me, and it was because I was tired, I was overworked, I was overthinking, and I allowed some of those things to penetrate my skin. It's normal. But the reality is, we can work ourselves out of it. So I want you to know those people who told you those things, they're wrong. And they are telling you those things out of their own fear and not love. Number 5, stand up for you. Stand up for you. I want you to be that yellow lily. Stand up for you and who you are and what you have to offer this world. Just being kind, just smiling, just being a difference maker to someone today is all that matters, you guys. That's all that matters. But some of us, we dim our light in this world because we're tired. That's where I was. I was tired a couple weeks ago because we've lost belief, because we've allowed some of those lies to penetrate us, because we're discouraged. And I talked about that a couple of podcasts ago. If you want to go listen to that, maybe someone criticized you. So we've lost that light within us because someone criticized us. And again, I'm going to tell you that's all about their own fear, because nobody does that out of love. Your goal isn't happening on your timeline. I remember this so much. The book is not happening on my timeline. The goal was not happening on my timeline, and we get discouraged and we dim our light. Okay. So I want you to know that the timing is perfect. The timing is always perfect. Just keep going. Just keep going. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. You are a difference maker. You're a difference maker. And I want you to, every time you see a yellow flower, I want you to remember, oh, yeah, I remember. I'm the one that's supposed to stand out. I'm the one that is supposed to stand out because I don't want to be like anyone else. So that is your daily reminder. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has added great value to you. I love sharing my own personal stories, sometimes super vulnerable. And so I hope it's added tremendous value to you. So if you have enjoyed this podcast, I would love for you to go and rate and review. That would mean the world to me. It would also be such an honor if you would share this podcast with others. As always, I always invite you to send me messages. I get lots of messages from you guys on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Deanna Herron, and I answer everything personally. So I would love, love, love to hear from you. I look forward to talking to you next Tuesday. And don't forget, look for those yellow flowers, you guys. Love you. Bye, everyone.